I got to the top of the stairs and all of a sudden things started going wrong. I had split vision, I had vertigo, I got very dizzy, I needed to sit down.
Bob Watkins' 75th birthday took an unexpected turn when he suddenly fell ill, exhibiting symptoms of a stroke. But thanks to fast action, he's sharing his story with the hope it will save a life. The Palm Beach Civic Association's Healthcare Committee presents Every Second Counts, Understanding Strokes. Bob Watkins is the picture of health. It's hard to imagine that just over a year ago, he suddenly could not walk or talk, symptoms that came on quickly from out of the blue.
I wasn't in pain, but I had to sit down at the top of the stairs, and pretty soon I had trouble moving. My speech was slurred, and pretty soon I needed to actually lay down just because I was losing body functions.
Fortunately, his wife Patty was nearby.
Bob brought me up a cup of coffee and we chatted for a while, and then he started to head back down the stairs, and then I just heard him making these strange noises. So I got up and saw that he was laying down and wasn't able to talk and just seemed like he wasn't himself.
Unable to get Bob off the floor with the help of a neighbor, Patty made that split-second life-saving decision.
I called 911 and then they came, and which was great. They were there within 5 minutes.
Bob was taken to a comprehensive stroke center like this one at St. Mary's Medical Center in West Palm Beach, where interventional neurologists are available 24/7 to treat a patient suspected of having a stroke.
We'll be there right as the patient arrives, and we evaluate the patient to determine, is this a stroke, is this some other neurological condition, or something else is happening that looks like a neurological condition. Immediately after we see the patient in the emergency room, we take him for a scanner. This happens within 5 minutes of arrival, to look at the brain and to look at the vessels of the neck and the brain.
Bob's scan revealed he had 2 blood clots that were lodged in the basal artery leading to the brain. He had a medical procedure called a thrombectomy to remove the clots and restore blood flow in an interventional suite like this one.
It's very important to be very quick with a stroke, because time is brain. With as little as 1 minute, 2 million brain cells can die. The brain, unlike the liver, does not regenerate.
Renowned expert in neurology, Dr. Dennis Selko, is the co-director of the Ann Romney Center for Neurologic Diseases at Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston.
Strokes commonly are a disease of mid to late life. So you would worry about this after the mid-40s or the mid-50s. It can happen earlier than that, so don't mistake me, but mostly strokes would happen later, in the 60s or 70s or 80s or right on to the end. And stroke is a not uncommon cause of death.
So what can you do to help prevent a stroke? Dr. Selko points to getting enough exercise and watching your diet as starting points.
There's a lot known about what kinds of diets are more likely to produce stroke over time, not what you had yesterday or today, but over a period of decades. If you eat a lot of red meat, if you eat a lot of egg yolks, if you eat a lot of other foods that are rich in certain lipids, certain fatty materials, that can lead to buildup of fatty materials in your arteries.
Another risk factor is your cardiac health. Atrial fibrillation, or AFib, is a common heart rhythm disorder where the upper chambers of the heart beat irregularly and rapidly. AFib affects 1 in 22 Americans, and the incidence increases with age and can cause some of the larger strokes. For more on heart health, watch How Do I Know If I Have Heart Disease at palmbeachcivic.org by clicking Palm Beach TV and Our Health. Elevated blood pressure can also put you at risk for a stroke.
There's just a panoply of medicines now available that can safely lower blood pressure. There are ways to improve diets. This really has fallen to the responsibility of primary care doctors and internists and, of course, cardiologists. They've made a huge impact on how commonly stroke affects society.
And a reminder of the classic symptoms of stroke.
The suddenness is the key factor that you have to be aware of. If I'm sitting here talking to you and everything is fine, I suddenly can't speak and I stare a little bit and I'm out of it. There could be multiple reasons for that, but in older people, you'd really worry right away about a stroke. So if suddenly you're not able to do something with your brain, with your neurological system, like hold a cup of coffee, or speak properly, or see properly out of one eye, that sudden loss of function that all of us know the brain provides us would be a big warning sign. So what I tell people is pay attention to the fact you lost function suddenly. That's what a stroke is all about. Lie down and be calm and quiet, and have whoever is with you, hopefully, or if you're alone, use your cell phone nowadays and call 911.
Bob is one of the fortunate ones to live life no differently because of fast action, not hesitating to call first responders immediately. Some takeaway thoughts from Bob.
Have a great wife or a great partner. Second of all, act quickly. Third of all, don't drive the person who's afflicted to the hospital. Call 911 right away, the lucky one. And if any of this information helps someone else be a lucky one, then that's a win for all of us.